Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. My name's Andrea and this is Beauty with Andy. Thank you for joining me today. So today is going to be another look, 3 looks, 1 palette. I was just looking at the palettes, I didn't know which one to use, so I pulled 3 in for my Shop My Stash. Well, actually 4. One of them I'm definitely going to declutter. It's the NYX Smoky, and then there's the Kylie Burgundy palette, which to be honest is still on the chopping block. Then there's this one, this Model Zone Blaze palette. I got this for my birthday, February 2019, and I've just never used it. To be honest, the fact that it came completely shattered has put me off it, but I do want to at least use it once. It really is a pretty warm toned eyeshadow palette, just to see if I want to keep it or declutter it. I mean, can you see how broken it came? So it's the yellow shade there, which is Ray, and then the Blaze there that is broken. What shade's this? Tar. What else? I think that's it. I think it was just those 3 shades, and they're not to the point where I can't use them. So there's that one, and then there's this one, this Revolution one, and then this one is the Reloaded Velvet Rose. It's super pretty, guys. Just looks like that. So I'm really in a bit of a quandary about which one to use. I might use this Model Zone one. I'm going to be using them both at some point, but I'll use this Model Zone one now, and then we can see if we want to keep or declutter it. Right, so right off the bat, it doesn't have a cream ivory shade in it, which is disappointing because I do like a palette that has that in. So I'm going to have to use my trusty Too Faced Chocolate by the white chocolate shade from it. It is Party Project Pan, so it just gives me that excuse to use it. But before we do all that, let's go in with this concealer. Let's get a mirror. Why do I always forget to do this when I'm on camera with you guys? Right, so let's pop a bit of this on the lids as a base. I mean, I don't know if this is a good thing or a bad thing. I've said this before, just hardly any concealer comes out of this. It's probably a good thing, isn't it? Don't really like the doe foot on it. The doe foot is really slim. I prefer a bigger doe foot. But it was only £2 from Primark, so can't really complain. I'm just trying to find a sponge. Right, so let's blend this in. Okay, let's put some white chocolate on the lids. Right, so that's that. Just put that back there because we'll need that again later. Right, so like I said, it's the Model Zone Blaze palette. I've had 3 of these Model Zone palettes and I've given both of them away. The Sweet Dreams palette had all like brights in it, pastels, and I gave that away. I didn't even try that, but I want to try this one. So what are we starting with? I guess we'll be using that as a transition, which is in the shade Blaze. So let's get my brush. So we're going to use the Smashbox one. Not noticing any patchiness, which is good. Seems to be blending out pretty well. Right, we're not going to go in too heavy because it literally is just a transition. And we'll be using other shades over the top of it. Right, so that's that one. Part of me wants to go in with this yellow over the top of it, or maybe even just in the crease and all the way to the on the lid and all the way to the crease. Just do a matte look with it. Yeah, let's do that. Because there are actually more mattes than shimmers. So this shade here, which is called Ray, let's use that. I'm just gonna, in fact, I'll go in with this side first of the brush because I'm putting it on the lid. Now this one appears patchy. I don't know if you can see it, but this one is looking a little bit patchy. Just have to build the colour up on it, and it's not as bright as it looks in the pan either. Yeah, it's skipping here. Not a lover of that yellow, and the orange and the yellow is what really draws you to the palette, so it could be getting decluttered. It is definitely on the chopping block, guys, which might not be a bad thing. I've got way too many eyeshadow palettes, and I've got a yellow better than this in my Revolution and Sofx Extra Spice palette. I think that's what it's called. It's not terrible, it's just not pigmented. I think I'm also going to go in with this, I might live to regret it, but with this shade here. It's kind of like a brick red, which is Flare, kind of on the outer V. Even that's not that pigmented. It's definitely one that you have to build up. Right, and with the inner corner, I'm going to go in with this one. So that one is Glow. That's not that pigmented either. Right, so I've used 4 eyeshadows now, and I just don't know if I'm happy with it. I'm going to do a bit of blending. That's really patchy in the middle there. I like the crease, that's nice with the 2 eyeshadows I used. With being fair, at the minute it's only the yellow one that I truly don't know if I like. Just gonna see, if it was a shimmer I'd just wet my brush, but obviously it's a matte. Gonna try and build the colour up on the eyelid. Yeah, it's less patchy. Let's get a bit of the white chocolate from the Too Faced palette. So on first impressions so far on this palette, I'm a little bit disappointed that they didn't put a cream ivory shade in, because I believe every palette needs that. So yeah, I'm a bit disappointed with that. I would rather have foregone some of the darker shades in this palette for them to put that cream ivory shade in. It's not bad, but it's not the greatest eyeshadow look I've ever done. So this is what look number 1 looks like. Like a really nice sunset eye look. It would look better if that yellow popped a little bit more than it does. So let's go and take this eyeshadow off, and we'll come back and do look number 2. Right, so I've just been into the bathroom to take the eye makeup off. Looked in the mirror there, and it absolutely looked flawless. It didn't show any signs of patchiness. I'm not too sure what's going on, but yeah, it looked really nice. So I mean, it's not the brightest yellow. Looks pretty bright on my fingers. I'm going to be doing swatches at the end anyway. I'm talking to you about my overall feelings on the palette. So again, I don't think we've got any other choice but to use this shade as a transition, which is called Blaze. So let's get into that. I do really like this shade. It's a really good crease transition shade. I'm going to try and take it up a little bit higher this time. Do have hooded eyes, so yeah, let's try and go a little bit higher than we would normally. I'm going to use this mirror because every time I use that Charlotte Tilbury mirror, it doesn't let you see, but because I'm using this Model's Own mirror now, you can see exactly what I'm doing, because I've got this one at a lower level. and it's a bigger mirror, so sorry, now it's in your face. Just gonna blend that out a little bit with my Primark brush. I'm really getting spots. I don't know whether that's a skincare that I'm using. I'm using that Poundland skincare. Been using it for the last 3 weeks. I'm gonna go in with that shade again. So that one is Fleur. Now this mirror's in your face. Not even had any tea yet. I'm so hungry. I'm gonna have to sort that out in a minute. I think I'll just do some pasta. Something quick and easy. Again, probably better use the Charlotte Tilbury mirror actually. Right, so shimmer. Let's go in with the lightest shimmer in the palette that isn't a matte. So in this palette, I'm just looking at it, there's only 3 shimmers and 7 mattes, which isn't great because I do like to put shimmer down all over the lid. I like that though. But I won't just keep the palette for 1 or 2 shimmer shades. If I really don't like it, it will be getting decluttered. That is really pretty, that shimmer. I'm going to just get some spray and I'm going to try it wet as well. Well, damp should I say. I'm just using this Primark PS Glow Intensity Spray. I'm really running out of spray. I've finished using my e.l.f. Dewy Setting Spray now. So I've only got to use this tiny bottle, this W7 one. It's probably going to last me about 4 or 5 weeks that. I really don't like this one, so I can't even use that. So I'll definitely have to buy a new one soon. I don't really carry too many setting sprays in my drawers. It's the same with moisturisers and like shampoos and conditioners. So I'm running out of everything at the moment, which is not good. So let's just pop a bit of the spray on. And what shade is that? Suede. Yeah, suede. We'll pop a bit of that all over the lid. I'll come closer. Oh yeah. Don't think I've got a shade like this in my entire collection. I'll have a look. Wow, look how pretty it is. Oh yeah, I really do like that. Right. Got a brush here for me inner corner highlight. I'm going to wet this as well and see if it should actually be a little bit more pigmented. So the inner corner highlight is Glow. So it's just saying I just need a helping hand basically. Right, shall we blend them in a tiny bit more? Then we're going to do look number 3, but before I do look number 3 I might go off and make some tea. So I'm feeling a little bit ravenous. Right, let's put some of the white chocolate shade on the brow bone. Yeah, I'm feeling this completely. So really the only shimmer that we haven't tried that we're going to have to use next is this dark bronze one there, and that one is called Ember. I'm going to try and use some of these like darker browns in the palette as well, but I don't really like dark brown eyeshadow on me personally, but I will try it for the purpose of the video. So yeah, I'm going to go off, make some tea, and then I will see you again shortly. Right, so I've had my tea. I don't know how long this camera is going to last, because I didn't realise, but I'd left the camera on the entire time I was cooking for a good 30-40 minutes. So we're just going to take off this eyeshadow, and I use normally I use wipes, but I've run out of wipes, so I need to get some more of them from somewhere, I don't know where. Normally I go to Primark for them, but obviously Primark's closed, so I use these oval really big wipes, and also I'm using this number 6 micellar cleansing water, which we are down here, and again I don't have any backup for it. In hindsight I should have got about 4 or 5 of these things, but I didn't know this was going to happen. So yeah, we're just going to take this off. Again, I really like this shimmer eyeshadow all over the lid there. Right, and what we're going to do first is what I always do. I always leave my eyeshadow to last. Some people put theirs on first, but I don't. So we're just going to run through what I'm going to be using on the face. Right, so we're going to be using this in the T-zone, like always. There's barely any left of that. Whoops. Then we're going to use the Japanesque Radiance Primer. Needs a bit of a shake. Not much, probably maybe a bit more than that. Just on the cheeks. Love this stuff, it gives a really nice glowy look. Foundation, we're going to be using the one that's on the chopping block, which is the Bourjois City Radiance. So this is a new one that I put. It's not on the chopping block, it's on a part of Project Pan, sorry. So this is a new one. I used all the L'Oreal Infallible 1-Up. And it doesn't appear that there's too much in this one either. So we're probably going to have to cut into it really soon and get the last bits of it out. Yeah, I thought as much. The battery's now starting to flash, so we're going to have to change that in a minute. I like using this brush for foundation. So I tend to use it obviously for foundation, and then I'll go over it with a sponge and some like spray. Right, and then we'll get this W7 spray rather than using the Primark one I spoke about earlier. Smells absolutely gorgeous, this spray. Yeah, it smells really nice. Right, and now we'll put some concealer on. I'm going to use that Primark one just because it's handy. It's just on the table here. Keep looking out for the camera to say stop recording. Go on me because of the battery. Still got one battery on it, so it might not be so bad. Right, so now powders. So we want to be using the number 7 Translucent Perfect Light. Really like that one. But I think I'm going to use that in the rest of my face and just see, because I'm not too sure. I did a swatch when I brought it out for Shop My Stash, and even though it's showing up on the finger, it is a little bit dark. it really wasn't showing up on the hand. You can see it a little bit, I guess, but yeah, we'll use the number 7 first, just under the eye area. I'm just gonna wipe this brush off because I use it for powder and highlight. That Primark concealer feels really hydrating. Concealers is one thing I won't have to buy for a while. I'm not putting as much on as I used to, and I've got quite a few in my collection, so that's one part of makeup that I won't have to buy for a little while at least. I'm not going to put that puff in because there's quite a bit on top still, so let's just put the lid on. Then tomorrow when I need it, hopefully there'll still be some there. Right, so now we're going to be trying this Laura Geller Bake, Balance and Brighten foundation in the shade medium. Right, and for the powder I'm going to be using this Jo & Jo fluffy brush here. I think it is a powder brush, but it doesn't say on the actual brush. Just swirl it around. My hay fever is playing up something chronic today, guys. Has been for the last few days. Having to clear my throat quite a bit. So this powder is a fairly new powder. I've had the porcelain shade years. It's one of the favourites in pressed powders. But this one I've only had since October or November. I think it was November. I got a set, and it was everything in like medium toned. It was Hollywood Nights set. I'm going to link it here so you can go and check it out if you've not already seen it. So I got that from TK Maxx, and I'm wanting to say it was about £13.99, but products in it that are worth a lot more than that. I think £50–60 worth of products, so I thought I would try all the products. And you got the Sparkle Hydrating Under Makeup Primer, which is so good. That is more than £13.99 by itself. I think it's about £20–30 to buy. I'll check the prices, and then obviously we'll put them around here somewhere. And also I got some like blusher as well with it, in the shade Honeysuckle, I think it was. I got one in the like set, and I also bought one on the same day from a different TK Maxx. So yeah, they're really good as well, and I think they're about £20+ as well, so I really did get value for money when I bought this little set. Right, so now we're gonna bronze, and we're gonna use something I've not used yet this week, so let's get it. I don't really like using this bronzer, if I'm being completely honest, but it needs to be used because it's in Project Pan. So it's the Chanel Soleil Tan de Chanel, and I thought I'd lost this. I was panicking so much. This has got to be one of my most expensive bronzers in my collection. It had fallen down the side of my table, so yeah, I found it when I was cleaning up, but I couldn't for the life of me remember where I'd put it. So yeah, I checked everywhere, checked all through my makeup drawers, it wasn't there, so I was really panicking because there's a lot of product left, guys. Look how much product there is. There's obviously a dint in the middle from where I've used it, so I just need to get a big fluffy brush and we can put this on. Right, so we're going to use this one. This one is an Olivia Hale brush, and I got this from Home Bargains, and I think it was like either £1.99 or £2.99, and I have got other fluffier brushes, but I think this is the only one that's clean. I'm not going to go too heavily with it because this has got a tendency to look orange on my skin tone anyway. It's a universal bronzer, so they only do the one shade, which is a shame because I would like a little bit lighter than that. If they did a lighter one, then it wouldn't be too bad. what I really want is the so battery change. Yeah, so what I really want is the Marc Jacobs Fantastic. I don't think it is Fantastic. It's the coconut one, the one in the white packaging. That bronzer looks absolutely amazing. Maybe in the next couple of months I'll buy it. At the minute I've got quite a lot of bronzers in the collection, and I either want to declutter a couple before I buy it, or yeah, there's no room for any more bronzers in the collection. I'll have to declutter some if I want to bring one in. Right, so what we're going to be doing now is just blending this bronzer out. Can you see how orange it's looking? It really isn't my type of bronzer. I got this when it was all the rave on YouTube. Everyone was talking about it and they were saying it's a really good bronzer, which I'm not disputing that fact if you're a darker skin tone than me. And when I went to the Chanel counter in my local Debenhams, they were like, oh no, you can use it, it would be perfect for your skin tone. Why did they say that, I wonder? Because they wanted to sell the product. They get commission, don't they? So of course they're going to say it's perfect for my skin tone. I don't think it is, but never mind. Let's now go in with this brush here and put some of that powder that I used to sculpt out the bronzer. It's just the MUA Skin Define Hydro Powder. I really like this. Getting quite the dip in it, which you'll get to see when I show you how well I've done with all my Project Pan products. Right, and then what we're going to do is we're going to go in with my blush palette, my curated blush palette that I've made. Looks like that's just my Z palette. So we're going to be testing like all of these box blushers, and I've tested most of them. This one I think I'm going to declutter. Not too sure about this one. I need to use it some more. I used this, well, I swatched this yesterday and it looked like no colour was coming off it at all. Right, so let's use that one now. I swatched this one as well, and loads of colours coming off that. So that's Coralista and that's Gold Rush. So we're going to be using Gold Rush now. Blush brush. Right, we're just going to be using actually this is BH Cosmetics one. I thought it was my New Look one. Oh, my New Look one's here. So, just looks like that. Let's just make sure there's no blush on it. I'm just not convinced. I like quite a pigmented blush. Oh, you can see it, I like quite a pigmented blush, and this is really not that pigmented. Smells like summer holidays though. Oh, it smells really nice. Like it's got some kind of, smells a little bit like sunscreen. Can't put down to what it smells like, but it does smell like when you're on holiday. Right, and what I want to give one more go is, I'm not going to use any of the highlighters from there. I'm going to be using my Topshop highlighter. This one. I'm really not too sure if I want to keep this in the collection, and I've been umming and ahhing about this for months now, guys. So it just looks like that, and it's in the shade Crescent Moon. So what I'm going to do first is I'm going to put some spray on, because it might make it a little bit more beaming. So let's put some spray on. Right, let that dry a little bit, and while that's drying I'm going to go in with my Too Faced white chocolate shade just all over the lid in preparation to using Right, and we're gonna put that through the colour switch because I used it for powder earlier. And then we'll put some of this Crescent Moon on. See, that is way more pigmented now. I actually really like that now. I think what it is with me, I'm just more of a beaming highlighter at the moment, and it wasn't like when I used it originally on, I think it was on Monday, it wasn't beaming. So because I found a way of getting this to work now, I think I will keep it in the collection just for a little bit longer. It's not my favourite highlighter because it's like got a duochrome undertone, but it's not my least favourite either. Don't normally put some on my chin, but let's be a devil. Right, so put that back. So that's a keep for now, guys. It's not on the chopping block anymore. Right, let's do the brows before we do the eyeshadow. Right, so let's brush them out first. So I'm just using that spoolie off the e.l.f. brow pencil. And I was actually gonna put an order in for some of those e.l.f. mini palettes. Who's tried them? What do you guys think of them? I decided against it, but that jalapeno one looks so nice. That is just my eyeshadows in a palette, in a little palette, definitely. But I haven't ordered it. Maybe in the future I will, but for now I think I'm just not going to. I was just looking for this brush to blend everything out. So if you've got them, what do you think? I mean, they're only £3. Actually cost more. Well, it doesn't actually, but it cost just as much to actually get it delivered to my address. It's £2.95 delivery, and I didn't really see a lot more that I wanted from e.l.f. So I just thought, no, you don't need eyeshadow palettes, so let's just leave it. So now I'm going to go in with the Sport FX Double Take. It's an eyeliner pencil, and it's an eyebrow pencil. So I only use the eyebrow pencil part. It's a really dark brown. It's very smooth. It's like a micro pencil. So I just go in really gently. I don't press hard on it at all. Right, and then I go in with this. It's the Makeup Gallery Slay the Brow Gel, and I really should have got at least 2 or 3 of these, but I didn't know how good it was until obviously I tried it. I got it from Poundland, and I would definitely like more of them. Right, so that's it for now. It's all the makeup we can put on until we've done the eyes. So let's go and get the eyeshadow. We're going to have to go in with this one again. I don't really have a choice. It's the lightest kind of like transition shade. In fact, what I might do is I might go in with the yellow and then the orange over the top. So start off with Ray. Right, and then we'll go in with Blaze. Just over the top and like kind of, no, we'll just go over the top of that, was it Ray? This one doesn't have as much fallout, so yeah, we'll just take it over the top of that yellow. Right, and what I want to do is I want to go in again with that yellow just underneath. And what we're going to do in today's video, we're going to do something different. Normally I would do both eyes on camera, but obviously that takes time, and although I can like kind of like fast forward it, I just thought I would do one, come back and then show you the finished look, and then we'll do like mascara and lipstick together. Right, so now we need to use one of the darker shades. Why they've had to put all these dark browns in, we've got 3 dark browns here. We've got Scorched, which is that one there. We've got Tar, which is that one there, which is the darkest. It's almost like a brown black. And then we've got Heat. I think I'm going to go in with Heat. I think out of the 3 of them, it definitely is the lightest. So I'm going to go in out of it. And I'm not taking it, I'm only taking it about halfway into the crease. I'm probably going to have to go in with yellow again over the top. Just blend it out a little bit. Yeah, let's go in with that yellow again. Ray. I don't know why I keep saying that yellow. That's good. And then the only shimmer left that we haven't used is this really bronzy one. I wish I would have used that for the second look and used this one for the third look, because I really did like that, but you never know, I might like this one as well. So that one is Ember. I can imagine this to be quite pigmented. It's not as pigmented as I thought. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go on my finger, and I'm also going to use some spray. Try and build the pigment up. You could also use glitter glue for this as well. Right, so we're going to go in with this Smashbox brush on the other side. I mean, it's pigmented enough, you don't really need to go in, but I'm just seeing how much I can build it, which you can build it pretty well. So it's very, very smoky, but it is very, very nice. I'm just going to blend it out a little bit more. Right, and then what we're going to do is go in with the white chocolate from the Too Faced palette, just for the brow bone. I'm certainly getting a lot of use of this shade tonight. Right, and oh yeah, we need the little highlighter brush. We're going to be using that same shade Glow, just for the inner corner. Right, and then let's go in with this brush and put some of the eyeshadows on the lash line. We'll go in with the yellow because we use that first. Then we'll take the Blaze orange shade on top. And then that brown one that we used as well, which was what? Heat? Yeah, Heat. Right, so that's what that's looking like. So I just need to do the same on this portion of the eye, and then I'll be back. So both eyes are done, guys. This one always looks more patchy, so let's try and sort that out a little bit. My left eye is a bugger. Right, that'll have to do. Right, so now let's do some mascara and some lipstick. Right, so mascara, no change there. It's just this one. It's the only one I've got in the collection. It's the PS 3D Lash Effect. So it gives you length, volume and curl. It's a really, really good one. I'll definitely repurchase this again. So I'll need to buy a new one in June, end of June, which doesn't seem that far away. I might have to go to Chemist for a new one. They do Rimmel ones there, slightly more expensive, but I can't get by with no mascara. Right, so now what lipstick? So I've been wanting to wear Max Velvet Teddy for a few days now. I've said that in a few videos, so we may as well use that. It's completely neutral. It's like your everyday nude. Really, really like this. Yeah, it looks really, really nice with that lipstick. So all that is left to do now, guys, is do some swatches. So I'm going to go row by row. There's only 2 rows, and I'm going to do this a bit differently as well. I'm not going to swatch them on. What I'm going to do is go off camera, swatch the first row and then talk about them, and swatch the second row and talk about them, rather than like you just having to like kind of watch me do the swatches. So let's go and do that. Right, so I was just swatching them, and that has got even bigger, that gigantic haul. Like all the powder here is very, very loose, and all this powder here has come off as well. So I'm going to have to sort that out. It's just a hot mess is what it is, and that's one of the reasons that's making me not want to keep it. But I do like this shade here. I suppose I could try and get that out and put it in a Z palette or something. This one is okay, this glow shade. It's not really calling my name. And then this one here, I've got loads of shades like it. So out of the entire palette, I might just try and get this one out. But I don't know how to get it out, to be honest. I'll just have a look and see if I've got more shades like that in my collection. But yeah, look at it. It's just a hot mess. Anyway, let's go on to the shades. So first of all, we've got this one. I'm wearing this one now all over my eyelid, and that one is in the shade Ember. So is that one there. Then the next one is the shade Scorched, which is that one there, and it's not actually that brown. Like, it looks a lot more scarier in the pan. It would make a great transition shade actually. And then we've got the yellow shade there, which is Ray, which is that one there. And for the most part I've had to do 2 swatches of all these eyeshadows apart from Scorched. But yeah, I've had to do 2 swatches of them. I just thought I would let you know. And then we've got this pitiful shade here, which is called Blaze, after the palette. And then we've got this one that I really, really like, and that one is called Suede. So Blaze is there, and then Suede is here. So that's all 5 eyeshadows there. So I'm just going to wipe them off and we can talk about the other 5. Right, okay, so we'll just go through the last 5 eyeshadows. So we'll start with this one at the bottom. So that's Glow. I've had to do it differently. So these are all the 5 eyeshadows, but Glow is here rather than at the bottom. So that's that one there. Right, and then we're going on to these darker brown shades. And to be honest, I mean, I don't particularly like this just because it is too dark. I mean, it would make a great lash line colour, I guess. But for me, I wouldn't use that. And that is in the shade Tar. So that one there. And then we've got this one here, which I believe we used. And that one is in the shade Flare. That one there. That needed 2 swatches on it. And then we've got this dark brown one here. That one is called Heat. And then we've gone through Glow there. So in the entire palette, I mean, these 2 shades here I can definitely get in the Extra Spice palette, and probably some of the other ones. I was going to try and take it out for this eyeshadow here because I really do like it. It looked really, really pretty, but I'm not going to bother. I'm not going to bother with the kerfuffle of actually taking it out. It will be probably a nightmare. I'll go through all my eyeshadow palettes, and I'm sure there is a shade similar to that in there, but it is just a really, really pretty eyeshadow. Really, really like it. I think I'm just going to declutter it into the bin, guys. I wouldn't give it anyone else. You can see it's a hot mess. I'm glad I've used it because it was a palette that I got for my birthday back in 2019. But yeah, it's definitely not got a place in the collection now just because of how grubby it is. Looks like it's been through the wars, to be honest. But yeah, like I said, I am glad I've used it. I do really like this look as well. It's very smoky. And I think it looks really nice with the Max Velvet Teddy lipstick. So yeah, I do really like it, but unfortunately this one is going to be going into the bin when I go through all my eyeshadow palettes and see what I want to keep and what I want to declutter. So yeah, bye Model's Own Blaze palette. But yeah, hope you've enjoyed the video. I would really appreciate it if you would like this video. It really helps out the channel. Please click on the subscribe button to subscribe for new videos every Monday, Wednesday, Thursday and Saturday. And also click that notifications bell down below, and I will see you in my next one. Bye guys.